Suey! Piggy pig 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 pig. Thanks folks for checking out this beer review. I am the Mighty Plantain and we're looking at Pig's Ear. This is actually a brown ale from Woodstock Inn Brewery. Now, Woodstock Inn, based out of New Hampshire. I haven't actually really seen any of their beers outside of the state of New Hampshire except for their Pig's Ear Brown Ale, which is actually available at the Proper Pig right here in Waterville, Maine. Great restaurant, by the way, as well. Their beer list is pretty impressive, but they've also got some really great stuff on the menu, including a cheeseburger that's loaded with bacon, and it's served in between two grilled cheese sandwiches instead of a bun. Add that to bacon dusted fries, a couple of other really spectacular things. Definitely worth checking out if you're in the area. But I'm not here to do a plug for a restaurant. I'm here to review a beer. So let's check out this lovely brown ale from Woodstock Inn, which got shaken up apparently a little bit. Well, that was unexpected. I'm going to clean this mess up and get to pouring it in a second. And well, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm usually a lot more careful with the bottles than that. So I guess I'll just be careful opening the next one. But while I get this poured out, make sure to hit me up down below with a like and a share. And make sure to subscribe as well so you get a notification every time I post a new beer review. Now, there's something going on with this beer that's making it especially frothy, because I usually have trouble putting a good head on a beer, and that is really, really foamy. I don't think I was too aggressive with the pour either, so maybe we'll just have to be very, very careful with the rest of this. I'm going to give that a chance to settle here. Well, it did settle down a little bit, but even with a gentle pour, I'm getting quite a lot of foam from this beer. And I don't mind a nice foamy beer, but this one seems to be aggressively foamy, and really, I don't like having to wait so long to drink my beers. It's actually losing a little bit of points with me on that score, but it is a very nice brown beer. It's extremely effervescent, obviously. I see lots of bubbles continuing to come up through it. Slightly clear, but where the glass gets thicker, it gets much darker. It's a darker shade of brown, a nice amber, almost a reddish amber. I'm liking the color a lot. Almost a little citrusy in the aroma. It's interesting. I'm not necessarily getting any hints of hoppiness, but definitely a very citrusy aroma, which is probably coming from the hops. I can't imagine there's anything else in a brown ale that's really lending a citrus note to it. And smooth and crisp. It's got a nice medium mouthfeel to it. It does come in with hints of citrus up front, but it fades to a bit of a sweetness, almost a caramel flavor, very subtly in the finish. It's very interesting because it is very crisp and refreshing, but still robust, and that little hint of caramel sweetness in the finish is really nice. I don't usually pick up on that sweetness in a beer, at least not a brown ale. Sometimes in a stout or a porter or something that's brewed a little differently. It's quite good. There's nothing jumping out at me or really hitting me in the face in terms of a flavor or a uniqueness that's wowing me, but it is definitely a solid 3.5 out of 5. Now bear in mind, on that scale, 2.5 is an average beer, so this beer altogether, just because of its drinkability, that crisp, refreshing feel with the bit of robust body to it being a bit of an interesting interplay. And those two really distinct flavors that are coming through, that's hitting it with a 3.5 out of 5 for me. But again, that's just my opinion. Hit me up in the comments or the email link down below. Let me know what you think. I'll also put a user poll up here. You can click on that and rate the beer yourself, a 1 to 5, and let me know what you think. In the meantime, if you've got a beer that you want to see reviewed, hit me up, same place, comments or the email link down there. I'm always open to viewer suggestions and do what I can to get them on. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Cheers. A little while back, we did a bit of a comparison with the Not Your Father's Hard Root Beer review.
Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for the beer, man. So, highly recommended by you. The Extreme Beer Fest this weekend. We'll be able to get a hold of, I believe it's the American